Why, hello there, shipbuilders. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts Fire in the Hold. Episode 4, Stripping Our Floors to Add Storage. Now, all of the walls I have, I would assume, have no floors underneath them. So there's a significant amount of, like, ship overhaul needing to be done before the ship I'm on can, like, meaningfully expand. Because it's such trash. Yeah, the game gets really quiet when you're in a vacuum. Well, that can stay out there? Yeah, it's on a floor. It's not floating. There's something underneath it. Well, this thing super exploded. Doesn't necessarily mean it's worthless, but it is pretty trash. So there is a smoke alarm. There's some bins and racks. Let's check it. You never know. An old O2 bottle that's about to rupture. Some patch kits. Another turbo pump if we are desperate. And 2 cans. And 2... Oh, there's an old helmet. Ah, it's a precious helmet. Never mind. If it was a Bingham helmet, it'd be worth something. Broken bins. Yeah, this thing's just a trash heap. But you never know. There might be something worth it, something in here. Like a toothbrush. Well, I'm pretty sure I know how this thing blew up. It super exploded. Maybe they were drinking too much of that rice wine there. There's core liners. That's worth a penny. So the core liner's probably the only thing really worth anything on this ship. Other than maybe the turbo pumps. But let's see what's in this bin too. Because I think it's the last bin. Oh, a pretty full O2 bottle. Nice, that's not bad. We'll grab the 2 core liners. Because of how exploded this thing is, I'm not even going to bother trying to pull floors off of it. Plus, I'm more interested in the mobile system flooring anyway, which this is not. This thing is Tetsudo, the same of my ship. Oh no, there's some mobile space orange over here. So this is mobile space systems. This is lighter. So let's go to true color so you can see. This is like lighter floors. So if I pick this up, oh no, this isn't the lighter floors. This is 5 kilograms versus I think 5. Oh, 7. Okay, no, it is the lighter stuff. I guess I'll grab some of it. So orders. Uninstall floors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 floors. What did I just grab? I tried to drink at a sink with my helmet on. Well, my character's a real genius. Good lord. Orange Way is the name of the company that makes these floors. These floors are obviously not orange. So, on the right, you can see my O2's at 97 and my battery's at 81. I'm doing just fine in my little suit. And now that I have a pressurized suit, I don't really care what's happening in the atmosphere of my ship, because ship's junk. Yeah, I did slake my thirst. It's just, I hope it was actually water, because, you know, These guys died. Maybe it was bad water. Dirty water. Nope, nah, I didn't mean to read that. So now I'm just picking up the floors. Obviously I don't have like a dolly or anything like that later on. There is a hauling zone. I do find maybe I'll use the hauling zone later, but for now I'm just gonna be picking them up piecemeal. I'm just, because you guys have been backseating me like you're illiterate or something. I just want to let you know that, yeah, I'm aware. So a lot of my walls don't have floors underneath. So I think first pass what I'm going to do is uninstall all of my walls and then put floors underneath and then install the walls back. Or so install haul. What is this? Mobile system. Which one? Where is it? Oh, I just saw it. Install these. And we're going to want to put floors underneath where the walls are, because they don't have any. Apparently there's... I can't do it there, but... And then we're going to want to replace the one that I did over here as well. What floor am I restoring? Oh, the ones in my inventory? Okay, here we go. And then once we have floors all within the ship, then we can actually expand its footprint. Because, you know, I wasn't able to do that until now. And then we'll replace... I think what I want to do is I want to use ultralight all throughout the ship, meaning I'm going to strip up basically all the floors that already exist and replace them with the ultralights as well. Yeah, they're 5/7 the mass of regular floors, so you get more bang for your buck out of thrust. Because ultimately, you use fuel to move around. You use fuel to move your mass around, and the less massive you are, the less fuel you use. And that's especially useful when you're trying to torch burn. Basically, when you're doing long distance travel, the mass of your ship is a huge constraint on how well you move. So it's really important to have to try to design a ship that isn't unnecessarily massive. An efficient ship, if you will. So there's some floors that we couldn't install, but that's fine. I'm not worried about that. So we're just restoring some of the floors here. And one of the reasons to restore is if I have like a low impact bump and we have a bunch of like nearly broken floors, they're just going to get broken immediately. So the only thing I really can't move is the primary airlock. And I would like to have a regular airlock. There were no doors that I could see on this ship, so it's not like I can pull doors off of this thing. Is there no doors? No, I don't see any. There's basically nothing. But there's still some more Orange Way styled stuff here that I can grab. So we've stored a whole bunch of the floors that I put in. All right, then the floor under here, I'm going to uninstall. This is the Tetsudo stuff that I don't want. Pick it up, and in fact, I'm going to trash it because I'm not using it. And then what I'll do is I'll uninstall the walls in these corners here, so I can put the floors in where they're supposed to be. And then we can start expanding things. Auto task. Yeah, before you would trash things by like jettisoning them out, and you would misclick. Well, I would misclick often and like jettison things I wanted out to space, and that was deeply problematic. So they fixed it. Am I not able to install there? Oh, no, I guess not. I'll install these walls too. So I don't really care about it being airtight. I'm wearing a suit. Come on, install those. Okay, you really don't want to do it, do you? Oh, maybe it already has a floor. Oh, no, it doesn't have a floor under it. Just characters being stupid. The other thing I need to be concerned about here is running out of battery power for the ship. I don't think I'm at risk of that. But all the same, I should keep an eye on it. Can you just do this, or are you out of power or something? Yeah, friction welder is bingo battery. Got it. That's probably what's going on. When in doubt, batteries. Alright, drill and soldering iron is still fine. It was just the friction welder. Alright, auto task. There we go. There we go. Alright, that part's done. Alright, the walls here are not the very light walls that I can see. Let me open up visor and check them all. Which means I'm not going to be stripping the walls out here. I'll do walls later once we have better walls to put on. But I will expand more floors. I'll take basically as many floors as we can from this vessel that are the lightweight style and put them on my my new vessel. I'm just letting the some more restorations so we don't immediately like fall apart. And I will make it airtight again, putting the walls back that we pulled. Knowing that I will be expanding everything later on. All right, we're airtight. Mostly because, like, if I board K-leg, you know, and I don't have an airtight ship, that's kind of bad for reasons. Okay, more of the lightweight floors. There's more up here. Let's get out of the mass visor mode because it's hard to tell. Orders, uninstall. Nope, not that. So if you want to cancel an order, you can just go to cancel and just like click it because this is the wrong type. I can't really tell. I think these are all the correct type. So I think these are the floors that have left to grab. And I'll just add floors around the edge of the walls here so that the ship can expand with walls later on once I find the appropriate walls. And I'm at 70% battery for my suit. one of the advantages of adding floors around the outside of my ship is I will have more salvage space, so I can take stuff back to port for sale. So we've got 10 more, or 13 more. So I'm going to remove these that I had temporarily installed and trash them, which looks, I get, a little weird because now things are installed floating in space. So install 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, one last check for any more of the nice flooring. The optical sensor at the bottom are for weapon systems. So they do something, but they're for weapon systems that I don't have. Oh yeah, there's no more. I don't think there's any more of the style flooring that I've been using left on this ship, as far as I could tell. But what I can do is let's grab this turbo pump, because now I have a spot for it. And anything left here that is like of decent value, we'll pull. So there's another turbo pump here in the door, and I think this is the last thing of value. Do I have the price visor? I think I do have... No, I sold that cartridge. Really? Guess I did. Okay. So, everything worth anything on this thing I've grabbed. So let's... Oh, there's a mobile light wall here. But there's only just the one, so I'm not going to even bother with the one. But I would like, eventually, those types of walls. But it should be pretty easy to find, like, a giant ship full of the right types of parts eventually, which is why I'm not grabbing them here, because it's just not efficient to grab them in low volume. So bye-bye, Junker. K-Leg's on the other side, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a weird burn. I'll go, like, to this thing, because going to this thing will put me in docking with K-Leg. Actually, no, I should go to K-Leg now. My batteries are at 20 kilowatt hours. So I'm going to need to re-up my batteries. Return to K-Leg for power and sail. You really don't want to be in deep space with no power. So what I'm doing is I'm flying to about here, and then I'll fly to K-Leg. Because I can't fly through an asteroid, obviously. So I'll do like 100 burn now. And while I'm doing the 100 burn, I will restore some of the stuff that's out here. And add it to a barter zone. Alright, what else? This... The ablative core liners you can't really restore. So now I'm just going to auto task and restore the floors that I've just installed. And the stir welder is almost dead. Getting the Weber laser operational would be really, really nice, especially now that I'm doing like ship restoration stuff. So buying that battery would be great. I don't know if I'm gonna have the money for it on this run, but like that's kind of the larger goal. Power tool's low. It's fine. I have a charger. All right. Visor off. There we go. Got plenty of power now. Go forth on auto task. So we started off with like a junker that was barely able to fly, and it did kill me once. Let's pretend that never happened. But now it's slightly more survivable. We got a suit. We're expanding it. We got prospects. All right, at this point, let's check for transfer burn. Yep, perfect. That's exactly where I wanted to be. I could not have planned that timing better. So now we have a direct line of sight to K-Leg, and we can actually come in to recharge the batteries because we're down to 16 kilowatt hours. So burning, I'm strafing to the right to burn our cross velocity, and then burning forward to approach K-Leg. There we go. And we'll be there. Let's go relative velocity of like 80 or so. The reason why I'm keeping it a little lower is I might be outside of the ship and I want time to get back into the ship to then man the helm. Because you could do an approach of like 250 if you wanted to, but you probably need to be in the seat for that. Because that's like cutting it a little close. So now the entire thing is rimmed with floors, so I can actually expand the thing, which is really nice. Now the inside doesn't have the new style floors. I just didn't obviously find enough of them. But yeah, this trash heap is a like new trash heap now. Is this real? I can't even tell. Am I not linked or something? Oh yeah, it's very real. All right, bring me in. And we're back. All right. Before I do anything, let's go ahead and update the zones. So home zone for barter will include these spots because I have stuff for sale there. Done. Updated. Open up the airlocks to steal some more gas. Okay. I tried. There we go. Ooh, fresh air. Okay, cool. Time for some barter. So in my barter zone, I got 3 turbo pumps for sale. I got the O2 can, and then the 2 ablative core liners for 13, almost 14K. There was nothing in my backpack, right? No. There's this used ox bottle, but like I'm gonna hold on to that. All right, accept. Let's switch out the suit's battery. 57 for a 80, because it didn't charge up all the way. Charge up some. Pay the fuel, pay the docking, all that jazz. So power was the big one because I was almost out. And then pay the docking fees. And I have 17k left over, and this is absolutely when I buy a Weber torch laser so that I can work faster. So refurbished battery going in my pocket. Boom. Oh, hold on. Boom. So this thing does soldering, cutting, welding. So my I believe it partially replaces the angle grinder, but soldering and welding it fully replaces, so I do not need soldering and welding anymore. So these two tools can be sold. Great, let's go do that. And I have 7k left over. Probably would be wise to buy, well, I'm not going to buy a water yet because I don't leave home long enough. So stir welder and soldering iron sold with batteries. Done. Do I not need the red battery charger? You are correct. I do not. The core liners I had were like trash, which is why they didn't sell for very much. All right. Red charger sold. Picking up a Weber battery charger would be smart because what I can do is I can take out my laser's battery and charge it while I'm sleeping. So buying a Weber laser charger. It's expensive, but like, you know, it's fine. It's important. And installing that right where the last one was. Apparently not. I should be able to install it there. I'm just not close to the zone. Because I don't have a swap battery for it, but like, it would be unreasonable to have one of those right now anyway. I am sufficiently fed. We got a full battery. I think I'm good to go. There's really nothing... Shut up. There's really nothing for me here. So what I want to do is try to find, like, a ship worth something. What was beeping? Other people were parking at K-Leg, and I was beeping because I was close to them. So it's this M721 who was parking here, who was making me beep. So let's try to find what seems to be, at glance, high-value ships. Let's point at them so that our optical sensors can actually work. Oh, you know what? Shoot. That's stupid. Airlocks. Let's park back at K-Leg. Sorry, K-Leg. I did leave the doors open. I'll get them closed. No wonder I was tingly. Classic crow move, right? No, I'm holding R. The heck? Alright, K-Leg didn't lose any pressure yet, because I had corrected it so quickly. But, yeah, let's not do that to them anymore. I'm gonna really need to improve the atmospherics of my ship so it's not like a threat anymore. I think what I'm gonna do is head to this bed cabin and just like chill for a minute, because I was a little hypoxic there briefly. I don't think I'm actually going to be able to sleep, but just to rest up a sec. To feel more normal. Okay. Good. K-leg did not get vented out. Let's hope that that's the last time I make that mistake. Time to wear the helmet before going in. Batteries and O2 looks good. And now, back out to the boneyard. Oh, right, these. Yep, I did. I'll have to pay 400 for making another stop. That's why you want to minimize the amount of stops you have to make. So improving your ship so that you can be out in the boneyard longer and bring home more haul is important because it increases your efficiency. All right, optics. I have no idea what that is because it's in the shadow of the other one. What? That's the best picture I can resolve? That's probably a tiny piece of junk then. Oh man, nothing looks that nice. That might not be bad. It looks like it has multi-rooms. I was kind of hoping for a cargo freighter, but no such luck. Let's try to go to the one that, before I do anything else, go to map controls. That one looks big too. Alright, let's head to here. It's fine. Alright, back to our CS controls. Point to this thing, and I can also point out some of the other, you can lock target here. The viz is like where its line of vision is. So if it was like an active ship, it's basically if it can see me. And then marking it as friendly, hostile, or default, which it is scrap, so it's default. I do have a ship trying to, like, clip me here. I don't know what it's doing. So I'm traveling at 141. I'm going to slow down, actually, only to about 100. Because I'll just speed through the time. It's fine. And then let's micro-adjust bearings and cross velocity so I'm, like, perfectly aligned. Makes docking easier. Do nav models in your own nav have durability? They do. But they're not going to break. It's basically, it's the same as like your visualizer chips. It's like what it's worth. Not, you know, not whether or not they're usable. And what that is, if you're wondering, those things are these things. You can move around your modules. So if I wanted to like move my transponder over here, I could, you know. So if I wanted to, you know, customize my HUD, I could. If you have a specific desire for how it's laid out. But I don't, so I'm going to leave it alone. All right, let's auto restore. Anything to do? Yeah, there's always something to do. And a lot of this work is being done much faster with the super repair tools I now have. Because I've got a nice suit, I've got the Weber laser, you know, I'm sitting pretty. I don't even think there's anything left to do at the moment. Some of that is just like line of sight or walking path being blocked. But here we go. Let's hope that this thing has stuff. All right, VFE. We're coming in. And I nearly have to do no adjustments here because I came in like perfect on bearing and cross velocity. After, you know, nearly venting out all of K-Leg's gas. For every positive thing, there's a negative. Don't you worry. It's a medium ship, so it probably doesn't have much. At least it doesn't have anyone trying to kill me on it, as far as I could tell. Alright, visualizer for mass. There's a EVA battery here. That's worth something. Not a whole lot of money, but still. It's worth something to me. The floor is not the good style. There is cargo web here, but I don't really like to incorporate cargo web. I'm not planning on it. So there's really just a turbo pump. This thing was a bust. It was like 2 N2 cans, a bin, which I'll check, and a turbo pump. This battery. Okay, that was weird. It was looking mighty strange. And this has a bunch of walls. A bin full of walls. Okay. We're done here. That was it. A lot of them turn out like this. Whole lot of nothing indeed. I'm really eager to try to find... Ooh, that one might be good. Some of these just have like no visual data on. It's just a... Here be blob. Alright, let's try this one that's a little farther out. Make sure I'm not going to ram VFE here. And we're going to have to accelerate a little faster than I normally go because it's farther out. Because I do have, I think my ship's batteries are probably the determining factor for how much salvage I can grab for when my suit runs out or not. Plus, my dude is hungry, but, you know, whatever. We'll eat when we're back at port. I think that's all that there is to do here. That's fine. I'm going to accelerate a little bit more because we were still a good 10 minutes away, even under, 16 speed. We'll get there fast, but because I'm just on the navs, might as well just zoom it. Now, some of the larger ships can have threats. All right, distance. When we're at 10K for mooring control, I'll drop our speed. Oh, I maybe dropped it too much. All right, now we're at 5K, moving at 32. Cool. Because the game's pretty unforgiving when you smack into something really hard. You want to be careful how you'll, get there. So this is the GRE, EGRE. Yeah, coming in. Hoping it has something. Because I have enough money for another salvage license, but that's about all the money I have past that. And that's not while also making like mortgage payments on this ship. Not that the mortgage payments are pretty high, because this is like a coffin ship, so the mortgage payments are pretty tame. So it is a bigger ship. And it's got a cryo tank, which isn't worth much. It's also got a capacitor, which is worth something, and it has a lot of bins. So fusion laser capacitor is part of a fusion engine part. So it is worth a penny. So we'll check the bins first for any like tools or anything that might be nice. There's also a turbo pump there. That could be worth a little something. I'm going to drink even though we're not thirsty. This is going to help with my hunger a little bit. Broken transponder. It's possible that I'll be able to get a meal out of this too. Oh, what was that? A t-shirt. Shivs, tactical knife, ammo, and pressure suit. Power drills. Stuff that's worth like only maybe 100 credits or so, I just ignore because we're after stuff that's worth thousands, not hundreds. Gun. That might be useful just as like a means of self-defense as well. And I don't like to run around like double wielding bags, so I'm not going to. But like I recognize that like some people do that. Just not how I like to play. More parts. Bins of parts. There is a little bit of food here. Oh, I'm not hungry. Yeah, so slaking my my thirst made me less hungry. I'm getting a little winded from having to pry open all these bins. Which is why my winded is going up. If you were wondering. Another handgun. Okay. Pocket knife. Whoops. That's not what I meant to click. O2 can with a little bit of oxygen. N2 with a decent amount of gas. So one thing I could do is grab pumps if there's sensors here and try to pressurize my cabin. That wouldn't be necessarily bad. This cryo tank, I doubt it's even going to be worth bringing back. It's not worth much money. Yeah, other than the laser array, there's really not much anything here. Did I check these? Yeah, I did. Alright, let's grab the capacitor. And some of the turbo pumps. I'm also going to see if I can't repair this battery. Yeah, there was enough spare components around to repair it. I aspire legal status, because I'm an illegal. Yeah, cryo is not worth much, but heavy water and helium is worth a lot. Exactly. That's why I didn't even go for the cryo. Because it's really, truly, for its weight and size, it's not worth taking. Alright, turbo pump. That's better than a regular one. They do have an IR sensor here, though. Let's see if I can't repair that with whatever components we can find here. And it's a NASA IR sensor. It's not bad. I might actually install that instead of sell it. Not that I have anywhere to install it, but like, you know, future plans. I can just dump stuff on K-Leg too, if I want, as a means to, you know, for some ghetto storage. Don't take off your suit, that would be deadly. And then I'll check for if there's any aux or O2 sensors around. There we go. Basically filled up everything. Now, as far as the floor goes, it is not the lightweight stuff. It's just standard. Pretty much everywhere I checked. Yep, it's all standard. Walls are standard. So as far as the other sensors go, we've got none that I can see. Nope. That's a poster. Nope, no sensors. I could make a note of the cryo tank if I ever want to install it when I'm trying to set up my own fusion reactor. That's not a bad idea. So yeah, I'll write notes in there. So this was the EGR3 notes. Okay, cryo tank at EGR3 for future reference. And let's push off. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I am not, however, looking for backseating, tips, or feedback. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow shipbreakers.